Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to stop sweating when you drag click. Sweating while drag clicking is a huge problem for most drag clickers as it causes you to reduce your CPS and it makes drag clicking so much harder. Now let's get right into the video. Alright, so the first way is my least favorite way of stopping finger sweat while drag clicking. This way is also one of the easiest ways. For this, all you need is an alcohol swab or like a medical swab, which is the kind of swab that they're gonna rub on your shoulder before you get a shot. And so once you get one of these, open it and then rub it onto your mouse button. What this does is it removes all the grime from your mouse button, and therefore when you rub your finger along the mouse button, you stop sweating as much. The next way that you can prevent your sweating while drag clicking is to simply just wash your hands. Washing your hands is a great practice because, well, first off, we have a pandemic going on and it's salty. And second off, what it does is it cleans off the grime and sweat from your hand. And what this does is, so when you drag click, your hand is just your hand and it'll reduce the amount of sweat that you're producing. Combined with the first method, this method is extremely effective and I highly suggest it. Whereas if you're doing just this method or just the first method, it's not the best idea. And instead of washing your hands, you can also just dab a little bit of water onto your finger. What this does is it just creates some nice friction. It helps you drag click, and the water sort of eliminates the sweat. It's pretty helpful. The next method for reducing your sweat while drag clicking is a fairly simple one, and all you need is sellotape. It's very widely used. I prefer not to use it, but it's your choice. This method doesn't work that well if you have an ally or a pure ultra, just because of their grippy texture coating. Okay, and so if you have a glorious mouse like Model O, Model D, or one of the minus versions of those mice, this method works really, really well. So what you want to do is just take off a small piece of that tape and then rub it onto your mouse until all the stickiness of the tape is on the mouse. Now just rub some of it on your hand. And what this does is it creates like a layer of stick on your finger and on your mouse button. Instead of sweating, your finger is just going to create extra friction. It increases your drag click CPS, makes drag clicking easier, and you sweat less. So if you like this method, then it'll work really well. And if you have a glossy mouse like the glossy Model O, glossy Model D, then definitely use this method because it makes drag clicking actually possible on them. This next method is my personal favorite. It works really well on my ally, especially because the reason it works well on my ally is because the grippy texture on it has sort of worn off. And like if you're having a similar problem, or pretty much with any mouse, this next method works really well. For this, you're gonna need either masking tape, paper tape, or electrical tape. And what I mean by paper tape is like the kind of tape that you'll wrap around your finger when you break it. It's like before you can get a cast, right? And so what you want to do is just stick it on your mouse. And unlike the previous method, you don't need to rub the tape on, and instead just leave it there. And after you've left it there, it should provide the necessary grip to help you drag click. And for some reason, whenever I use this method, my finger sweats a lot less. Now, this method, if you have a mouse that, like the Ally or the Ultra, that still has its grippy texture, then please, please, please do not do this method because it will mess up your grippy texture. And the grippy texture itself is anti-sweat and makes drag clicking really easy.
For our last and final method, it's just a really temporary solution if you don't want to get up from your chair. The easiest way to do it's also the easiest solution. You just gotta rub your fingers against each other and spread the sweat away. It's very temporary. It doesn't help much. But I mean, if you don't want to get up, it's fine, right? And if the video helped, or like if it helped you stop sweating while drag clicking, then please subscribe and leave a like down below. If you have any other methods that I haven't mentioned in the video, then please just leave them in the comments below.